Hello.
Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And this is our Strength and Swings class. So we have our kettlebell off to the side. We'll get started with a quick body weight. And then today we will be working on our get-ups as per usual. And as well as a little combo of a swing, a clean, a squat, and a press. So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned, but we will warm up with those swings. So grab that bell or just the body weight grooves. And let's start. At the head neck, it's a little bit of a chin tuck in. And maybe the hands behind the back or just on the hips. Low effort, do your extension on the neck, meaning looking up with the face, and then do your chin tuck down towards the top of that sternum again. Repeat one more time. Try to keep looking on the horizon. Build confidence with your ranges. Chin tuck, returning tall. Then, as if your head is a tennis ball and your finger is a pencil, slowly keep the tennis ball on that pencil or your chin on your finger and do your side bend each way. Gently do it. That means it's a small range. Avoid the overreach. And just for twos here, low effort, middle, and one last time to center. Now take those hands in tight to the body, so across the belly or on those shoulder blades. And first, side bend, just like before. This time, the pencil tip are those hips, and the tennis ball is the rib cage. And very modestly, do our side bend here, keeping the ribs over those hips. One more time is our two, and then center. Then with the shoulder blades in the retracted position, meaning squeezed, low effort, a modest chin tuck, and then it's that flexion forward through the spine, rib cage, and then engage the shield, those are your abs, as you lift up into the extension. Repeat one more time, and you might look at the floor as you flex going down, and then make sure the head is the last thing to come up after exploring the spine. One more rotation, and then a shoulder thing, and then it's Lauren's turn to take it over. At the head, rotate, check. Same direction, rotate through the torso. Then return the head to the middle, and let the body casually follow. Same thing other side, head rotate. I'm looking over my knee or my toe in the sense of my squatting stance here. Head center, body follow, final one.
You're looking where, sir?
Chin tuck, over my foot.
Oh.
Not too far. By no means am I looking at 8 o'clock behind me, tending to look towards those diagonals like 10 o'clock or 2. And head center and body. That last thing for me, including that upper body, for the upper body includes the shoulders. So with the palms facing forward, low effort on the elevating shoulder blades, and then pull those down like in our press. Then make fists, then flex the wrists, knuckles forward, and then our biceps curl up. In our goblet squat, we might hold the kettlebell with the knuckles facing one another, but often the rack and the press, those fingers point towards the ceiling. Elevate the shoulders once and then pull them back down. And then keep pulling the hands apart as you flex the shoulder, meaning elbow tips point forward and elbows reset to the rib cage, that rack position. Then point the fingers to the back wall, open up on the wrists, extending next, and then straighten the elbows. Now with that shield fully engaged, lightly at first, but reach 2 hands behind you. Avoid the back bend, and then for the last time, just make fists with the hands, bend on the wrists next, biceps curls next, pull the shoulder blades low, and then this aspect of the drill works really well to cue the swing. So now open your fingers to the back, extend on the wrists, and like that kettlebell swing, squeeze your shoulders together with the arms out front, and return the hands down with our little shake. That's it from me, from here to here. Now, Lauren, take it over.
Excellent. Let's warm up that upper body. And you know what I'd like to do? I like to start with those lunges. So let's take a single leg and step it back into that high lunge position. Before we go any more further, taking your hands on your hips and just slightly hula circle your hips. Imagine you have a hula hoop on and you're trying to keep it up 2 in one direction and then a light hula circle 2 in the other direction. And then come back to center, gently pull the floor together, come down to that low station, so just hovering off the floor, and you could do repeat. Let's only do 1, because I know it's challenging to stay here. 1 hula hoop in one direction, 1 hula hoop in the other direction, and then soft landing on the floor. Feel the tension as you pull the floor together. Then keep your back hip extended and push the floor forward and back to come up to tall to that split stance. This time, let's lift that front heel up off the floor and slowly descend in that lunge. Keep pulling the front leg in, sending the back hip forward. We're doing our fancy lunge here with the heel off the floor. We'll put the heel back down. We'll push forward and back, and just like the get up, we'll stand 2 feet back underneath us. Let's repeat, shake it out, and repeat the same thing on the other side. So drop back lunge. Up here we have 2 hula circles. Do your hips move the same on this side? Does it feel slightly different? Both answers are fine. Just think about it. Switch direction to the other way. And then once you're back to center, pull the floor together. We're going to that low station to do the same thing. 1 hula circle in one direction, hula circle in the other direction, to center and soft landing. Push the floor forward and back, come back up to tall. Peel the front heel off the floor, and same thing, slowly descend. Feel the back hip extending, the front leg pull in for 3, 2, whoops, soft landing. Heel comes down, we create the tension pushing forward and back, and we come up through to tall. Let's give that a little shake. Do 1 more leg warm up, and that's where we'll hang out in that low squat. So find your squat stance, pulling yourself down. Feel those adductors as you pull yourself to your low position. Here, let's just review. We have all 10 toes gripping the floor. Our heels are down and the balls of our feet are down. We have our feet working by gripping the floor. Our knees are veering towards over our toes, and that's allowed. Ideally, our hips are lower than our knees, chest is lifted, and spine nice and long. Let's pull the floor together without moving. Pull your heels together, then push them down and away. Send your hips through all the way to tall.
Hello, hips.
Give that a little shake. We'll now do 1 get up on each side to warm up our body underneath that load, as well as to load the overhead position. So come on down to the floor however you would like.
Great.
Set up some space. 1 full get up each side, followed by a little swing warm up. So from the cuddle position, roll to our back, press that bell. Next, keeping the leg heavy, pull on the elbow. Find the hand squishing the bug underneath it. Bridge the hips, sweep through. Press the floor away. Front foot will move. We're back to that lunge position we warmed up, all the way overhead. Step back lunge. Front foot opens. We're rotating and hinging. Nice straight elbow on the bottom arm as we sweep. Find the elbow and press away to your back. With 2 hands, pull your bell down. Return it to the cuddle and shake it off. Rotating yourself around to repeat on the other side.
Lauren and I both have heavy, medium, and light bells that we train with. In today's workout, we'll be trying to use our medium-sized bell. Using the get up, what is your challenge today? We're in that tall sit. We bridge and sweep. Now square up that lunge. Full tension to tall stand. And then repeat the down phase. Looking at that bell in the windmill. Straight elbows to the elbow and to your back. 2 hands, cuddle that one down, and maybe that no-handed get up as we dismount.
So as mentioned here, we'll be warming up those single arm swings because the bulk or the meat of our workout today is going to be some clean, some squats, some presses. But to clean, we have to swing. So we'll start with 4, not stop swings, continuous swings. It is for our warm up, and by 4 I meant 5 apparently. And we'll go right into those continuous swings here.
Check in. That stop swing is a good idea too. Maybe I got a little excited on the swings. So check in with about 5 swings. It's the heavy feet, the straight arms, and figuring out that timing for efficiency and strength.
Remember, before you pick up that bell, to pack that shoulder into your lat. Your arm is holding onto the bell, but really it's your hips driving this force through. So it's not that arm working too hard, but connect it through your lat to your hips.
Right. We need that grip strength, then the shoulder blade stability strength to find that power to connect the kettlebell to those hips. So after your 5, a little shake and wiggle in between, and then...
we were gonna warm up our squat as well. So let's warm it up, holding the bell in the goblet position, okay? Standing over top of your bell, you'll use your hinge, grip the top, pull zip. Adjust your stance to your squat, pull yourself down, and hop to tall. 2 more. Feel the inhale, the brace at the abs. Keep them braced the whole time. So as you press out of that, you have a strong core. Place the bell down, shake it out, dragon breath out. We'll do 1 more warm-up set. This time, we're going to try to do 2 get-ups in a row on each side. All the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, without putting that bell down. So make your way to the floor, to that first arm, cuddle, roll, and press. To the elbow, to the hand, straight elbow, sweeping through, and then squaring up. Pushing the floor forward, back. Check in as we come down. Is that elbow still straight and overhead? Can you do your rotation and hinge to stay stacked? Now as you come to your back, keep the bell up and repeat another get up. Breathing as you need, but keeping that core brace and solid foundation around the bell. To the elbow, and slowly finishing with control. Pulling it down, returning it to the cuddle.
And how does your kettlebell feel, Lauren? Heavy, light, or just right?
It feels pretty good. Lightish, but it's
Lightish. Lightish to just rightish is the
effective.
best. So this side again, it's that cuddle roll press and drive the hip to get to the elbow and across it. It's the bridge, the sweep of the leg, the tall stance in our lunge, and even taller as we stand. And then drop down, open, look at the bell, and sweep. Elbow to your back. Again, drive the hip, tall sit. As we add on, that time under tension builds. And if you need to come out of that at any point in time, just bring it down to the floor with control and look to get it the next time. But here we are in the windmill again, finding the floor, sweeping, elbow to your back, 2 hands, cuddle down, no hand to get up. Whew. Breath
All right.
in and out.
So we warmed up those swings last time. Now we'll warm up those cleans. Before Ian picks up his bell, let's do 2 stop cleans, followed by 3 continuous cleans. So setting up behind your bell, you'll clean it. That's your cue. Clean it through, and then put it down. Park it. Repeat that same thing again. That stop makes those hips hinge back every time. Now keep that hinge as you do 3 continuous cleans here. To the rack, through, to the rack, through, and last time. Nice.
Let's work in this I go, you go pattern. Quite often that's how we do things in this workout. So it's 2 stop cleans. Emphasize the park, emphasize that rack position, and the ballistic power in between. Then as Lauren's doing now, 3 in a row that go from the rack to the hike pass position at the back, and then after 3, returning it to the floor. Same thing, other side.
2 stops, 3 continuous. As you're doing these cleans here, let's think about the grip. We have to have a nice firm grip because we don't want to chuck the bell away. But we also want to have a loose grip so that when we punch through the bell, it doesn't go plop on the back of our arm, but we're able to punch through and have a nice smooth landing. Also think of your clean as a swing that ends in the rack position.
Right on.
So still use your hips.
Nice. So in that awesome swing, it's way out front. On the clean, it's traveling straight up the body in line with that door frame. Repeating now for 3 in a row, that continuous style after a couple stops for 3, and then that last one here, yeah, and return. You can maybe even hear that jump of the kettlebell in Lauren's hand. That's alluding to that firm tension on the hike, and then that supple wrist to press your hand through the kettlebell to catch it in the rack.
All right, so we're on to the main course here, and tonight we are having a clean, a squat, and then a press. Now, before we get going here, let's just say these are 3 separate movements. So it will look like a clean. You may have to adjust your stance slightly. It's a full squat. You stand up fully and then you press the bell. So I don't want to see whoosh
Avoid
out of
that
that
push
squat.
press. That's right.
So I'll never know.
Yeah.
Avoid it anyway.
Avoid that push press.
We're going to start going up our ladder here, and then we might stay at the top for one and come back down.
Nice.
So it'll be that I go, you go pattern. I'll go clean, squat, press, first arm.
Ones of everything. So it's the clean to the rack. You might adjust your stance on the squat, a full squat, and then one also on the press. Return to the floor using that hinge. Come up barehanded, and then in that moment, you get to rest, and then we get to do it.
So Team Ian here is going to clean his bell to the rack position. Keeping the elbow in relatively tight. It's a full extension of the hip, and then a press. Pull down, park, repeat on the other side.
Excellent. So one side and then the other. It's a clean, a squat, and a press. Your stance for each of those three movements might be slightly different. So feel free to move to get your base of support exactly where you want it.
Press, go.
1, 1, 1.
When you're pressing here too, remember all that tension techniques. So we have butts, we have abs. Press out of that rigid base. We'll be adding a rep here, so it's 2s of everything. 2 clean, 2 squat, 2 presses, in that order.
Sounds good. A clean, followed by another one. 2 squats. It's that breath in on the down and the haya on the top. Adjust your stance as you need. And now we're doing 2 repetitions of the press. And then return to the floor. And enjoy your rest.
All right, Team Ian, 2 reps of everything. Keeping it tight to the body on that clean. Using that power. Thinking about pushing the world down as you stand up. And then that double press. Personally, as my presses get more reps, I do like to narrow my stance. So you'll see me step out of that. Just make sure it's purposeful and planned.
You got it. And what's your go-to stance? And find it every time you need it. That's 2 cleans. This is that second squat. And then lastly, those presses. Full body up. And that tension in the offhand. Upon video review last week, my offhand was a little bit on the soft side. So today I'm going to really emphasize increasing the tension.
2s. Team Ian here. Working with that equal work to rest ratio here. So trying to keep it going and gives a little more challenge, a little more cardio built in there. So as you can imagine, Ian's finishing up 2s. The peak here is going to be 3s of everything. So here we go, a set of 3s.
Set of 3, the clean, clean, clean. So clean's at the front end here. Great looking power in there, Lauren. Then slight adjustment in the stance for 3 repetitions of the squat. With us who are recovering, try to slow down that breath and control out. And for those pressing, it's the inhale down and that haya effort up. It's nice and restful, but I know that this is building, so let's get going.
All right, 3s. Just like Ian said, trying to breathe in and out the nose as you recover as well. Shake out those muscles. We want the tension while we're working, but we want the relaxation for the recovery in between sets here. Going on to our presses for 3. Now, you may think 3, that's not very many, but once you do 3 on each side, that's 6. Once you do that for 2 rounds, that's 12. Once you add in the other 10 reps, that's
sometimes
22.
pressing is never easy, but sometimes counting is the hardest. But here we go. It's 3 repetitions now in the clean. That's 2 and 1 more. Lauren and I both like that offhand in the squat to be just out to the side. Appropriate places could be in this imaginary or double rack position as well. A press, that means there's 2 more. Looking great, Lauren. Feeling strong, and hopefully by this set, you're feeling nice and warm. If you're feeling a little bit vulnerable or this isn't for me, regress to the bodyweight groove, and more ideas to come.
3s. Exactly. So if cleans aren't feeling good, or those squats aren't feeling good, those presses aren't feeling good, find something that does feel good. Maybe you're goblet squatting instead. Maybe you're just taking out the press because your overhead mobility isn't quite where it's at right now. Modify something is better than nothing, but also don't risk injury. It's not worth it.
That's right.
Slower will get you there faster. Okay, so as promised,
1, 2, 3.
another round of 3s.
Okay, at that ultimate number here at the 3. Clean times a couple more. The dead stop clean could be a nice way to integrate that movement into your repertoire as well. And as Lauren already suggested, the 2-handed goblet squat might be for you. Overhead is always tough, so I do the get up first, but last set of press there, Lauren, and return it, and shake it. And for us, let's gather that tension and do it again for 3.
Recovering in between those steps. That's wrong. Clean, clean, clean.
Oh, that's harder now.
And thinking about what you're doing here. Clean, clean, clean. Squat, squat, squat. Press, press, press. Remember to breathe in between. Root your feet. And up. Nice. We got a little extra rest there as Ian did some extracurricular activities. Nice for us. 3s.
Felt like extracurricular for sure, but also felt appropriate. So just take time, and if you do mess up the rep number or that task, just keep going with confidence until your teacher tells you, not what we're after. But we got 3 clean, 3 squat. Now it's that 3 press here for Lauren. Great full body tension, butt squeeze, tension in the hand out to the side.
All right.
How's your heart rate?
Clean, clean, clean. Squat, squat, squat. Press, press,
Drive
press.
that hands, right?
Punching through that bell to end in that rack position. Good. We still try to match that breath with the hops. So when the hips are about to come up, hop to tall. That's the same hop. Pretty much the same kind of idea that we use in our swings as well as your up press. So that breath is very important throughout our kettlebell practice. After this 3rd rep, we'll park the bell, and now we're taking a rep off and working back down to the 2s.
I do love finishing that 1 rep low, like you could do it again. Hopefully we can. So that's 2 cleans, 2 squats. Slow down the breath with me. Time your breath with Lauren in those presses. 2, add a little extra shake. This is it. We have 1 more set each side.
And singles. So 2s here, 2 cleans, 2 squats. Pulling ourselves down, still maintaining that tension here, still maintaining the core brace. Remember, you can always drop a rep if you need to. Don't feel you have to stick to our rep structure. And then park with control. 2nd side.
Cleans first. I'm saying that for you, but also for me. I'm a little forgetful here today. So thanks for being with Lauren and I as you coach our strength and practice with you. Presses. Man, Lauren does not make it look easy, but comes around groovy. Let's do it again.
Don't make it look easy?
Well, I don't want to say it's easy.
Oh, okay. 2nd last round here. We have to finish out these 2s, and then we have a single on each side before we go home for lunch. So use that breath, use that tension, and keep those reps looking nice, just like they did on set 1. If they're starting to get sloppy, drop back the reps, drop back the weight, find something that works for you. Here we go, last round, 1s.
We'll tolerate reps getting a little noisier, as hopefully it is a little bit harder at this point in the workout. But that's right, Lauren. We don't want it to get messier. Keep it tidy, stay strong. Let's get 1, 1, 1.
1s, first side here. 1 clean, 1 squat, 1 press. Goes by so quick. And parking with control. And here we go.
Last set on the other side. 1, 1, and a full body press. And then we'll go pretty quick so Lauren doesn't call us slackers here. Do it. Clean.
Last time for that. Keeping it tight. Last rep. Excellent. And parking with control. I put my bell off to the side, but I didn't mean to. We're going to finish with something different tonight. We're going to finish with some single arm rows here. So while you catch your breath, let me give you a quick 1-2 about the row. If you're at home, maybe you have something you could perch yourself up on. That might be a windowsill, a bench, a box, an ottoman, a small child, whatever it is. But if you don't, you can stand in your stagger stance here, back toe up, back heel down, whatever's comfortable, but hips are square. We're going to be doing this with a bell, but as I'm talking, I'm going to do it without. First move is going to be blade is forward in protraction. Without bending your elbow, you're going to retract your blade. Then you're going to start to row to pull your bell, like a single arm row. Notice that my forearm is perpendicular to the floor versus starting to curl my bicep. If I curl my arm, that's more bicep than it is lat, so let's keep it perpendicular. Next move, keep your blade retracted, extend your arm, then protract your blade. One more time, body weight. Blade, row. Blade stays, arm extends, blade goes forward. Stand up for a second, shake it out. Let's do 3 on each side. So hinging over top of your bell. We'll pick up the bell, our blade will be in that protraction. Now, retract your blade, then pull to row. Keep your blade where it is, extend your arm, blade goes forward, blade goes back, pull to row. Blade stays, arm goes. Last time, blade forward, blade back, row, hold, blade stays. Now try to keep your blade, but put your bell down. So you might have to bend your knees a bit and relax. Whew. Same thing.
Armpits and lats.
Second
Sounds
side.
good.
So setting up square to the floor, square forward, light hinge, pick up bell, retract blade, row, pull. Keep blade there, extend your arm, blade forward, blade back, row, pull, hold, arm down, blade forward, blade back, row, pull, blade stays, put the bell down. Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. It's hot in this back corner. Lauren made the joke about that rad last week, pumping heat, but definitely kettlebell practice tends to turn on the sweat taps.
I think we should do that for one more round.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we're really encouraging that blade to lock in, because otherwise, if we start to row without that blade retracted, we start to row through that upper trap, we get rotation, it doesn't get into our lat. So really make sure you take the time to set your shoulder blade.
And those rhomboids, those muscles between the shoulder blades too.
And our punching muscles. You never
I'm
know.
gonna stay over here then.
It's a wild world out there. Okay, square everything up. Pull the bell off the floor. Retract the blade, row, pull. Keep the blade, extend the arm. Blade forward, blade back, row, pull, blade stays, arm goes last time, blade forward, blade back, row, pull, blade stays, arm extends, then place that bell down. Whew. Shake that out. It's also a core workout, just
Tons.
keeping yourself square and trying not to rotate open, as well as staying balanced in that staggered stance. So here we go, last set of the day, and then it's time for lunchtime soup. Pull the bell off the floor, retract the blade, row, hold, arm extends, blade goes forward, blade goes back, row, hold, arm goes down, blade forward, blade back, row, pull, arm extend, bell goes to the floor.
Nice.
Shake it out. Just before, we say goodbye, let's do one quick set of breathing. Not too quick, but a little set. So breathing in the nose and out the nose.
Ooh, hiccup.
In the nose and out the nose. And then in the nose, and then hold the breath. And then out the nose. And repeat again. In, hold, out, hold. One more time. In, hold, out, hold empty, and relax.
Breathing is also very difficult. Making sure you're prioritizing the slow cadence in recovery and the timing of that breath in your movements. What I was about to say before was the rowing action is one of the most difficult actions to do at your at-home workout. The bent row, pretty classic exercise for weight training for that upper back. good one to integrate as you can. Unless you have a set of rings hanging, the poles are always a tough part in the workout at home.
So on Thursday, we're back, but we're on the other side of the room. And we'll work on our hip strength and mobility at the bar, as well as some presses overhead, because who doesn't like to do both?
Press and plie combo, love of both.
So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, check out our website, check out our Patreon page, and take care.
Stay strong.
And we'll train soon.
Let's do it.
Goodbye.
Have a good day. Enjoy your lunch.
Nom, 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 nom. Soup. 4 people.